More Than a Bus Ride is a story of black citizens' struggle to override and reverse court rulings and social practices of whites in authority that regulated blacks to second-class citizenship. It is a story of 4 female icons in 1956 and their role in that struggle.
Rosa Parks galvanized, became the symbol of that social protest. And I think it's very important for us to understand, and we were talking earlier about the idea of women. I think the word that doesn't come up often enough is sacrifice. That the importance of the Montgomery Bus Boycott is not so much that it was a boycott, but that it endured for 381 days. That people sacrificed. And we're talking about that was when most people got around. A lot of people didn't have cars. So they actually used the buses for getting to work, for doing their shopping, going from place to place. It was a means of getting around. So people would actually sacrifice, you know, that being late for a job, or possibly losing the job. The idea of, I can't get as much from the grocery store as I might get. And you also realize that town wasn't as big as it is now. By the same token, that a people, you know, would sacrifice and then lost their jobs. Many lost their jobs and had to scrounge and do all kinds of things, but still stayed firm, you know, on the course. But I think the thing that's important is that they endured, you know, that they endured. So you begin to look at the Rosa Parks. She's a symbol of galvanizing people to make that sacrifice. But I think really important are those people that came and said, I'm willing to go to court for it. Now, even though Rosa Parks ended up moving from here because she had, you know, death threats and all that kind of thing, these other people stayed here, but they had death threats also, you know, because they went up against the law, you know, to say, I'm going to go against the establishment and put my name on the dotted line to do so. So I think that they need that due. And so it ends up being, people know that that was a case, and they might know the name of it, Browder versus Gayle. Gayle was a mayor at that time. What's important about that, I think, is you had the mayor and the chief of police both being members of the White Citizens Council. And for you to go up and say that I am going to go and put a suit against you, you know, I think that's quite brazen.
This case is based on law, or its journey through the courts. But the case, while it was necessary to litigate these issues through the courts, it was really about people, and it was about a cause. It simply took the law to further the cause and empower the people. The law prevailed, and when the law prevails, the people prevails. Claudette Carbon, Mary Louise Smith, Rosa Parks said no one day because they were tired, not from a long day's work or school, but tired from a long life of injustice. They rested their minds and conscience by knowing that they were not breaking the law, but demanding the law. In order for the rule of law to triumph behind every act is a human being.
The actions of the plaintiffs forced all states to recognize the 14th Amendment constitutional rights of equality, fair treatment, and due process.
So if anybody asks you what put the nail in separate but equal, it is this case out of Montgomery, Alabama.
They said no, and the rest is history.